Hi, my name is Nabil Ashraf, and I recently graduated from Murdoch University with a Bachelor of Information Technology in Cybersecurity and Forensics. And as soon as I graduated, I applied for few IT roles, and there was one role in the teaching digital technologies in a primary school. So after the interview, I was lucky that I got selected. And since I started teaching there, I loved it there, and wanted to make a positive change in students' life, which became my motivation. After starting the job, I knew teaching could be more, of a career for me than IT itself. And I started a graduate diploma of teaching in secondary education from Southern Cross University. Now let's talk about the classroom philosophy that I have. My classroom management philosophy is built on the belief and my ninth month of experience in teaching that students thrive in an environment where they feel safe, respected, and valued. For me, classroom management is not about controlling the students, but it's about building the connection. When students actually feel that they belong in the classroom, they're more likely to engage, behave responsibly, and they also develop an intrinsic motivation to learn. And the theories that I've used that shape my approach. The first one is self-determination theory by Ryan and Dacey, and the second one is Glasser's choice theory, and the third one is the Kaunine preventative model. And also, I've used McDonald's positive learning framework book, which aligns perfectly with our school values of respect, care, responsibility, and fairness. So, the way I teach and carry myself in the classroom is guided by the Association of Independent Schools of Western Australia frameworks and the Australian Islamic College, where I teach a behavior management policy. The ISWA Student Wellbeing and Safety Framework promotes a whole school commitment to safe, supportive, and inclusive learning environment, and it encourages teachers to prioritize academic achievement and also student well-being, which also perfectly aligns with my belief that I think the students learn best when their well-being is looking after by the teachers. So yeah, at AIC, school behavior management policy is underpinned by Islamic principles, which state that treating others with respect, showing care for one another, and acting fairly and ethically. These values are not just written on any poster or only policy behavior. They're all modeled at daily basis through language, relationships, expectations in the classroom, assembly. My teaching practice also aligns with the Australian professional standards, teaching professional standards, particularly Standard 1, knowing the students and know how they learn. Standard 4, which states create and maintain supportive and safe learning environment. And Standard 7, engage professionally with colleagues, parents, and community. So this also promotes inclusion, respect, and safety in learning. I also believe in uh, the Disability Discrimination Act in 1992 and disability standards for education, and I try all my very best to allow students to participate fully. These frameworks remind me that inclusion is not optional but professional and moral responsibility. My approach to classroom management is holistic because I see students not just learn as individuals with emotional, social, and psychological needs. If I reflect back on my school experience, I feel that students need the support from their teachers, and I have felt that when the teachers have supported me in my life, I really grew my confidence so high. And this perspective is deeply influenced by the three theoretical models that shape my practice. The first is self-determination theory, which I mentioned earlier. It highlights the students are most motivated when their needs for autonomy, competence, and relatedness are met. In my classroom, I try to create conditions by giving students a choice in the learning, providing enough support to help them succeed not only academically but in the life general, and building strong and positive relationships. When students feel capable and connected, they're far more engaged and responsible. And the second theory is Glasser's choice theory in 1998, which suggests that behavior reflects how well students' basic needs are met. Students need to feel they belong there and they have the power, freedom, and fun. Rather than controlling students, my main focus is to help them make responsible choices and understand the outcomes of their actions, either it's good or bad. The technique empowers students and reinforces personal accountability. And the third one, the theory I'm going to talk about is Kaunen's preventive model. I'm not sure if I phrased it right, which emphasizes the importance of witness, which means the teacher's awareness and ability to anticipate potential disruptions before they occur. So if a student is about to, have a meltdown or something, the teacher should be aware, right? And by maintaining smooth transitions, clear routines, and engaging lessons, my main aim is to prevent misbehavior rather than reacting on it, yelling on the kids, and stuff like this. These three frameworks are combined under McDonald's positive learning framework, which is highlighting the relational, reflective, and responsive practice. It perfectly matches my school ethics, building respect, sporting reflection, and fostering responsibility in every learner. So classroom management doesn't end at the classroom door. It extends to teachers building partnerships and building a relationship with parents and broader school community. Teachers and parents are partners in shaping student behavior and well-being. As much as students learn in school, they learn same from the home and their surrounding environment. So collaboration with parents are very important and should be consistent, and builds trust, ensuring that messages about respect, effort, and responsibility are reinforced at home and school so that it can bring out the best in the students. At AIC, these partnerships are priority for the school and staff. I regularly communicate with parents through emails, messages, meetings, and when there's a just not only when there's a concern, but also to help and build a relationship and celebrate the positive progress. We use Microsoft Teams for communication. So I also take a very proactive approach to classroom management, focusing on preventing behavioral challenges before they occur. From day one, I create classroom expectations with my students, writing them on the board, linking them directly at our values of respect that our school has, according to the Islamic values they have, and responsibilities such as respect, fairness. This process encourages students' ownership of the behavior and promotes a sense of belonging. I set clear expectations routines from entering and exiting, transition between activities and classes. These routines, inspired by Coneen's preventive model, establish predictably and reduce opportunities for disruption. When issues do arise, I use restorative conversations instead of punitive discipline. I sit with students privately and talk to them and reflect on their behavior, understand how it affect others, and how they make amends. This approach, supported by Glass's choice theory, which fosters empathy and responsibility. I also use goal setting activities, reflect on journals, peer feedback to promote engagement and self-regulation. These practices are grounded in self-determination theory as they build autonomy and competence. Two of the strongest motivators for positive behavior. I also implement positive reinforcement and encourage a growth mindset, celebrating effort and persistence rather than just achievement. By modeling respect, calmness, and fairness, I create environment where students mirror those behaviors, and I continue to reflect on my practice using the positive learning frameworks, which encourages relational and reflective teaching. I regularly seek feedback from my mentors, students, colleagues to refine my strategies. By doing so, I also stay aligned with the 8 Standard 6, engaging in professional learning to improve practice and ensure my approach remains responsive to the evolving needs of my students. And my goal as a teacher is to maintain order and inspire students to take ownership of their behavior, learning, and future.